Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. And today is another book review day which can be entertaining, occasionally amusing, but more importantly very educational, because it allows you to see what other people are doing, whether it's good or bad. So let's get cracking. Now, if you've not been here before, my name's Marles and I do videos on how to make it, keep it and grow it, and that's your money I'm talking about. If you do like videos like that, then please do give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and also smash that notification bell to receive notification of when I produce more videos like this. So let's get straight into the first book, and this is a intraday day trading log journal book. So this is a book to log, things like trading stocks and shares, as it says here, futures, exchange traded funds, Bitcoin and such like. Now, I remember I did a video a couple of months ago where I looked at day trading logbooks as a popular and profitable niche to be in. Now, when I did look at it back then, and we'll have a look now on Amazon, there weren't that many search results, but now we've got over 6,000 search results. And that's one of the issues when discussing niches online, is that people go into it, the unscrupulous people also go into it, and will produce 500, 1,000 books in one niche. So they'll have the same interior and just produce loads of not very good quality covers. This may be the case in this instance. So there's 6,000 results for trading logbook, so I wouldn't particularly attack that particular keyword. I'd go for something that only gives me 1,000 searches or less. But this book is more of a day trading journal, so we'll put in day trading logbook. I said journal there, I meant logbook. We'll come to that in a moment, and also we'll come to what the biggest problem with this book is. We're just going to look at the market first of all. So day trading logbook, we've got the 1,000 results, or just over 1,000 results here, and looking at the market. Now, I noticed that all the bestsellers ranks have started to appear again. They had disappeared for about 4 or 5 days. I suspect it was something to do with the Amazon API and how the plugins were interacting with that. There must be some changes, but it looks like they've got that all sorted now. So we've got a few books here. Bestsellers ranks 52,000, 123,000. Got one here, 136,000. So straight away we've got a few here with bestsellers ranks of less than 300,000, which is my second criteria for picking a niche. So we know there's a market for this book and it's making sales. So looking at this, you've got intraday trading logbook journal. Get rid of journal. It's a bit long for a title. You're cramming a few words into there, and I would probably stick to either intraday trading logbook or day trading logbook. Now, this subtitle I don't like at all. You've just put in lots of different words here relating to trading, and they look a bit random. The capitalization is wrong, so it doesn't look very good. And bookkeeping, I think, well, I'm almost certain you made a spelling mistake there. That should be all one word. And I don't like the fact that you've just put in there stock, shares, ETF, derivatives, cryptos, Bitcoin. What I would do, I had a look at, I used a couple of keyword tools on this to see if we could think of any other keywords to use. So I used Publisher Rocket first of all, put in day trading logbook, and we've got day trading journal pops up, or the word journal pops up. I'm looking for additional words we could use as an addition to logbook, maybe in the subtitle. Day trading futures, day trading journal we've just mentioned, notebook, and I think I saw when I was looking at this earlier on, we've also got the word playbook. Now you've got other things like stock trading logbooks, futures trading logbooks. So stock trading logbooks, quite a few competitors here. The maximum Publisher Rocket will show is 1,200 competitors. So when it says greater than 1,200 competitors, it could mean that could be 5,000 competitors. But we know this is higher than the search term that we go for when we're targeting books. But we've got stock trading logbook here. Number of competitors 513, average monthly earnings $111. Doesn't give us the exact number of searches on Amazon here, so I might look at this one in a bit more depth. And we had just the general trading logbook, but that didn't come up with many. I think it was a bit too general, that search term. Now I did have a look at Magnet, which is one of the Helium 10 plugins, and this is the actual keyword plugin, and I put in just general, and this time just general trading logbook to see what would come up. And again, we've got tracker this time, we've got stock portfolio tracker, so we're getting some other words we can use now rather than just sticking to day trading logbook. In the subtitle and in your 7 keyword boxes, we could start to look at things maybe like a stock trading logbook, maybe a futures trading logbook, a Bitcoin trading logbook, which gives me another idea which we'll come to in a second. So we've got tracker, we've got journal, we've got investment. So these are all great keywords you can use, especially in the 7 keyword boxes. Let's have a look further down. Stock trading journal, captain's logbook, that's one for me. A stock market tracker. Okay, so using that, I've got a couple of ideas here. One is, yeah, you could stick to intraday trading logbook as your main title. Then in the subtitle, I'd start to use things like maybe something like a stock trading journal and tracker for investors. That might be a bit more appropriate. Sounds a bit more natural, and you're getting another keyword within that subtitle. But one other idea I did come up with. So you produce this logbook, and what you could do is use that interior and create a number of other logbooks. So for instance, you've got this intraday trading logbook. What about a stock trading logbook, a futures trading logbook, a Bitcoin trading logbook, an ETF trading logbook? Rather than just put all those words in the subtitle and trying to get lots of traffic from everywhere, maybe just do half a dozen books with different titles and a different cover, and each one targeting a slightly different market, i.e. you're targeting a cryptocurrency trader or a futures trader, and that way I think you've got a better chance of niching down a bit more and maybe making sales from those 6 books. Now you're charging $8.99 for this. I think that's far too much. I think you're pricing yourself out of the market. I would go for $6.99. Description looks okay, nothing special. I like to put bullet points in. They're easier to read when people are glancing at the book. Now let's get to the biggest problem of this book, which I'm sure is affecting sales. So we know this niche has got the traffic, but what we want if we're going to make sales is not just traffic, we want conversions. And the factors that affect conversions are the cover, the interior, the title, whether it looks good, whether it's attractive, the description, and also the price. So we're coming to the cover. This is the main thing that gets your clicks. This is the thing that you need that make, when people do a search and all the books get listed, does your book stand out? Does it attract people's eyes so that they'll click on it? Because that's a fundamental thing. You need those clicks in order to make a sale. And I'm afraid this cover doesn't cut it at all for me. I don't like it one bit. And this is why. I don't like the way you've used sort of 3 different sort of headings here on the cover. One's bold, one's not bold, one's in grey. The spacing between these 3 headings is different, so it just doesn't look nice. I would get rid of these 2 bits at the bottom here and just leave it on the cover as intraday trading logbook. Get rid of that journal. Now look at the border down the left hand side here. I don't know quite what you've done. Normally this should be one colour, and I would suggest black, but it looks like you've had another layer of graphics underneath and not quite covered it by the black border. It's like a green marble type effect. Doesn't look nice at all. And what is going on here? Why put sort of a knight's armour head on a day trading notebook? I just don't get it. And one of the biggest problems with this is I can see a faint border around it, and then it looks like you've taken an eraser tool and just tried to go around the edges of this graphic, but not quite got to the edges, done it a bit half-arsed if you like, and left lots of bits around it. It just looks awful. And I mean, I don't know what this grey line is. It's horrible. This looks really amateurish, and 100% this will put buyers off. So you need to completely redo that cover. Just put in a keyword into Amazon search and see what type of books or covers other people are creating, because Amazon will often tell you people that bought this book also searching for these other books or have looked at these other books. So have a look at those covers. That's awful, needs to be changed. And do you know what, I'd scrap this book completely and start all over again. But I mean, I think the idea's right. I think you're in the right niche. So there we go. Now let's come on to this one, and it is a Ceylon Passport fantasy notebook. Let's take a look. I'm not sure who the market is for this. Now, a fantasy notebook, I went over to Amazon and I put in fantasy notebook into the search bar, and this is what came up, and the sort of notebooks I would expect to come up. They've got a fantasy theme, you know, the Dungeons and Dragons, World of Warcraft, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter type themes, which is the traditional fantasy theme you would think of. So if people were searching for a fantasy notebook, which you've got in your title, I don't think they'd be searching for a notebook with Ceylon Passport on the front. Now, I'm not even sure why anyone would be searching for a Ceylon Passport notebook anyway. Ceylon is the old term for Sri Lanka. So, I mean, are people even searching for Ceylon Passport? And why would they want a notebook with this? And the graphic, it's just horrendous. It's a photograph of an old passport that's been stuck onto the front of a notebook. So I don't like that. You've got the pricing right. I think $6.59, although I think for something like this, that's probably too expensive. And your description, Ceylon Fantasy Passport notebook, passport style notebook. I mean, you're not even got the spacing correct there. And then it's not a passport. The English isn't even right there. This just smacks of really amateurish publishing. And I'd be surprised if you ever make a sale. However, it's got a bestsellers rank. So someone has bought this, and I'm asking myself, have you bought this yourself? Just so you can get a sale. I don't even know what I would suggest for this other than scrap it. I don't think you're going to get anywhere with this. I can't think who the market is. I don't know who you're targeting at. It looks very amateurish. The lined interior looks okay. Although normally with most lined interiors, the lines do go from one side of the page to the other. So again, not sure what's going on there. Now, when I see books like this, it always piques my interest in that I'd like to see what other notebooks you're producing. So I'll click on Fantasy Notebook, and I've done this, and this is what I found. I scroll down, we've got a British East Indies passport notebook. Who on earth's going to be searching for a British East Indies? I don't know. But anyway, this struck my eye. You've got these anime, manga, journal notebooks. And all I could do was take a big sigh, because I'm not an anime, manga expert, but I do know copyright infringement when I see it, and trademark violation. And this is a perfect example. I mean, if you've even put in there Death Note. This is an anime manga character from the Death Note series, and the publisher here has done the same with these and even named the character. This is an example of blatant copyright infringement. Publisher's taken someone else's intellectual property and used it on their products. So a number of things could happen. Maybe they just stay there, nothing happens, you don't make any sales. What's likely to happen though is when Amazon or KDP sees this, because someone will complain about it, probably the intellectual property owner will see this, report you to Amazon, and then KDP will probably just ban you, remove your account, close it down. That's it, your publishing career is over. They've not even done a good rendition of these pictures either. They're a bit sort of stretched out, elongated, but that's by the by. So yeah, and the other scenario is, you know, you can get a desist notice. If you did start making sales, they could come after you and sue you for copyright infringement. So this is bad news. People ask me in comments, you know, can I do this? Can I do that? Will it get my account banned? 100% this is a sort of thing that gets people's accounts banned. And then they write in the comments, I've got my account closed down. I don't know why. Could you help me? Well, this is the sort of thing. Don't do it. And if I was this publisher, I'd remove all those books straight away, and I'd remove all these passport ones as well, and just, you know, start to look at what you're doing seriously. So on that note, let's go to this one, checking account ledger. Now this is what I would like to see more from, you know, titles, all the capitalization's correct, the grammar is correct. The only thing I would say with the subtitles is make it look a bit more natural, because there's just like a couple of keywords just plonked in here. But otherwise, not too bad. Priced at $5.99. I've looked at this niche before because I produce a lot of these types of notebooks, logbooks myself in the sort of, you know, the business logbook sector. And they sell extremely well, as we can see here. 108,000, 99,000, 223,000, 87,000. All these types of books sell extremely well. And search results, 316 search results, so it's not overly competitive. Although a lot of these books do have a lot of reviews, so, you know, to break in onto the first page may be a bit tricky, but certainly possible. You might need to run some ads just to give it a little bit of a kick. And looking at the prices, they're all around that $5.99 mark. So I think you've got the title right. The pricing about right for this niche. I like this description, good bullet points, so customers can just quickly scan down, see what things are about. But looking at the interior, I don't like this fancy serif font that's being used. I'd probably change the font to maybe match the one that you've got on the cover to make it look a bit more cohesive. And there's a glaring mistake here in the cover. Look at this. It should read starting balance. Starting is spelt wrong. You've got stratting balance. Again, if customers do look at the interior, you know, this will put them off. Or even, you know, if someone's buys it, you might end up with a low star review, which is what you don't really want. I can see you have made a sale or two. You've got a bestsellers rank there, 1.4 million. So overall, I think that's okay. The only thing I would change is just the interior. Okay, I think we've got time for one more quick one. This is Halloween Colouring Book Volume 1, large print for family, including adults, children, featuring Halloween and mandalas. Straight away, I don't like the subtitle. You don't know who this book is for. Is it for adults or is it for children? Because they're two completely different niches. And you've got Halloween and mandalas in the subtitle. Now, I'm all for sort of mash up of niches, you know, join two niches together, make something new. That can often work. I don't think mandalas and Halloween really are the two niches that would work together. And looking down in your description, we've not only got Halloween mandalas, pattern decorations, whatever that is, but you're putting in cats and unicorns. So problem I see quite often is people try and attack quite a lot of niches at once, thinking they get traffic from everywhere, and so get all this traffic to their book. What normally happens is Amazon looks at this and thinks, well, who is this book for? And when people put in certain keywords, they're not after this particular book, and in the end it just disappears down the rankings and you never make any sales. So pick one niche. Halloween colouring book, I know, is very competitive, so let's just have a look. And we've got 3,000 results here, so that indicates that this is probably a very competitive keyword for your niche to get ranked. So let's just make this keyword a bit longer and put in Halloween colouring book for adults, see what comes up. And here we can see 1,000 results, so that's a bit less competitive. And looking at the average price of these, they're all around about the $6.99, a lot of them, and they sell well, particularly coming up to Q4. So it's a good niche to get into. I've done quite a few videos on this niche. I'll leave the link above to one of them, to one of the videos, and you can watch the rest from there. And also I've done all the keywords for this niche, which is in my Gumroad shop. I'll leave the link below. So maybe I'll put something like Halloween colouring book for adults, if indeed this book is for adults, and then do a subtitle, put a keyword in there, make it look natural. I mean, you've got Halloween mandalas, swirls patterns, relief, whatever that is, anxiety. Now, I know colouring books can be used for people with anxiety, but really a Halloween book for anxiety relief, I don't really think so. Again, it's that instance of trying to just cover everything, you know, get everything in there in the title and subtitle, and hopefully I'll get all this traffic. It doesn't work like that. You need to focus down a bit. This cover I hate. Just don't like the colours. there. It's like a sickly green and orange colour, just doesn't work together. Look at these that are listed below your book. Bright, vibrant, sharp, they look nice. This does not look nice. I don't like it at all. I don't like the colours. I mean, the orange, a shade of orange is completely wrong for this niche. I know orange is a traditional colour for the covers of Halloween books, but not this shade. Don't like it at all. Oh, and also one thing I forgot to notice in the subtitle, a large print colouring book. I mean, what's a large print colouring book? Large print refers to print, to fonts, to writing, and it's for those with poor eyesight or impaired vision. So how can a colouring book page be large print? So I don't know why you've put that there. I know why, actually. You've gone through and looked at all different listings for puzzle books and activity books, just picked out lots of different keywords, crammed them all into a subtitle, not knowing quite what they mean or how they all fit together, and you just got this mess. Let's have a quick look inside. Okay, we can't see any of the interiors, although we've got some here. Just move that to the side a bit, and yeah, we've got a few colouring book pictures. We've got one here with a unicorn on a mandala background. I don't know what that has got to do with Halloween, other than it looks like it's wearing I don't know, is that a magician's hat or a witch's hat? No idea. Again, this is a book I would start over with. Do a better version of the cover, do a better version of the title, subtitle. That's all I can say on that. So, I hope you found that useful. I certainly find it very useful. I like to see what other people are doing, and hopefully you can learn from it as well. So, if you did like the video, then give it a thumbs up. If not, then give it a thumbs down, which might be the authors of some of these books. And more importantly, click on the subscribe button, smash that notification bell, and until next time, goodbye.